All right. Happy Thursday. Can you believe that only in a couple days I'll be seeing some of you? I think that's really weird. I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's just weird to me that I'll be seeing some of you soon. Um, so in the meantime, though, let's talk about what we're doing today so you know what you need to do. So we are going to, after our Google Hangout, I am going to, or you are going to go watch the 11-1 day 2 video. Notice how it does not say Edgenuity. So on days that it does not say Edgenuity, you're not doing Edgenuity. You're right here, 11-1 day 2 video, and then take notes. But it says you do not need to submit your notes. So I still want you to watch it. Remember that big talk I gave you yesterday? It's getting new and it's getting hard. And if you're just like, oh, I don't have to submit it, so I'm not going to watch it. Trust me, it's going to be really hard. Okay. I really need you to buckle down and focus because you guys are almost in high school, and high school is a completely different ball game. And this year in math prepares you for that. Okay. If you don't know this year, then high school is going to be really, really tough. After you watch the notes, then you are going to submit the Schoology assignment. So remember how 2 days ago you had a 5-question Schoology assignment? Here we go. Here's another one. Here's your 5-question Schoology assignment right here. It's 5 questions. It's multiple choice. It shouldn't take you any more than, I would hope, 15, 20 minutes tops. And it is a daily grade. I have updated the grade books. So if you ever during this year, you see your grade, and you should be checking your grade at least once a week minimum. Honestly, if I were you, I'd check it like every 3 days. Okay. Just to stay on top of myself. But if you feel like you're like, oh, I got a 0 for that, but I ended up doing it, I'm not going to change it because I won't know that you have done it unless you email me and say, Mrs. Friesenhan, I did it. Can I please get a late grade for it? Okay. Or if you're like, Mrs. Friesenhan, I did my Schoology assignment from 2 days ago and it still says a 0. Can you give me a late grade for it? Then of course I will do those things, but I'm not going to change it by myself because I will not know that you've actually done it. And I'd hate to have you have a 0 if you actually don't deserve a 0, right? All right. So that's what you're doing. You're going to watch a video and you're going to do the Schoology assignment. Okay. Any questions so far? All right, then let's do this. Oh, what? No. Close. Ooh. There we go. All right, here we go. So let's practice solving this again, okay? So you should have pencil and paper with you, please. So you have pencil and paper. You are writing these problems down. Later on, when we're doing word problems together, you don't have to write it down. But for these problems, I do want you to write down so that you know and you're reminded, because these are harder problems now, okay? So, so I have it printed. So the good thing is, guys, when you're watching videos and stuff, by the time, if you come back to school, I will have a printed copy of all of these papers for you so that you don't have to just do everything on notebook paper, okay? Unfortunately, if you are staying at home, then I can't hand you a sheet of paper. But then so when it comes time for you to submit notes or write things down, it'll just be easier if you are in person for you to have like a printed copy of these notes. Okay, just so you don't, there's not so much writing to do. All right, let's solve this. So I draw my line going down the equal sign. Ah, I see y's on both sides. Does anyone remember which y do I drop down? Is it always the bigger one or the smaller one? Smaller one. Thank you, Sydney. You always want to drop down the smaller one. So someone please type or shout out of these two y's, which one is the smaller one?
3.
Thank you. 3. Good job, guys. So 3 is a smaller one. So that's the one I'm going to drop down on both sides. Now, I have to stay organized with my work. Notice how when I drop it down on both sides, I'm putting the y's underneath the y's. So I'm not putting this 3y underneath the 6. There's no point. Put your y's underneath your y's. Okay, put your y's underneath your y's. Now, don't say divide, don't say divide, don't say divide, don't say divide, don't say divide. How do I move this 3y? Subtract. Thank you, Sydney. So remember, you want it to be 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. That's why this can cancel out and go away. So I'm subtracting 3y on both sides. Everyone always wants to say divide. But if you divide, 3 divided by 3 is 1. I don't want 1. I want it gone from this side. Now let's just drop everything down. You have a plus 1. Oh, plus 1 is just positive 1. You have your equal sign. 4y minus 3y is 1y. And then you have minus 6. Okay, now you have a new problem. It looks like this. This is like a yesterday problem. No, not yesterday anymore. 2 days ago. It's a two-step equation. What number do I drop down now?
Jama says it's -6.
Good job. You're dropping down the 6. You're dropping down the number that's on the other, so like that's farther away from your variable, or you can say it's the adding, subtracting one. Okay, so it's 6, but how do I move the 6? Add, subtract, multiply, divide.
Add.
Good job. So you're going to add because it's -6. Opposite of -6 is +6. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides and then drop everything down. 1 plus 6 is 7 equals, oh, 1y. 1y is just y. So that's my answer. Now remember, you can always double check your answers by plugging it back into your original problem. So I said 7 is y. So let's plug it back in. 3 times y, which we said was 7, plus 1. What does that equal? That equals 22. So it equals 22 on this side. Okay, let's do this side then. 4 times y, which we said was 7, minus 6 equals, 22 as well. Hooray, huzzah! I know that since both of these numbers are the same, I must have gotten it right. My answer is 7. All right, moving on. Let's do one slightly harder, okay? So please write this problem down. 2 plus 6x equals 1 minus x. It's harder because there's negatives. That's always the case. It's harder because there's negatives. Okay, so first thing you do is you draw your line going down the center. I see x's on both sides. I have a 6x and an x. Oh, wait, I don't even know which one is smaller because I don't see a number here. Does anyone remember, Sydney? 1. If you don't see a number in front of your x, you can always stick a 1 in there. X is the same thing as saying 1x. Okay, this is a trick question. I'm going to say this again. This is a trick question. What are the numbers of these x's? Like this is how many x, and this is how many x. Okay, so someone says 6x. Yes, this is 6x. Someone says 1x. No, this is not 1x.
-1x.
Thank you. It's a -1x. Do you see how like your symbol always like in front always tells you if it's negative or positive? This is a -1x. This is a positive 6x. So now if you have 6 and -1, I hope you realize that -1 is smaller than positive 6. So that's the number I'm dropping down on both sides. Don't say divide, don't say divide, don't say divide, don't say divide. How am I moving this 1x? Add. Oh, you guys are so good. Thank you for also not saying subtract. You're adding because it's a -1x. Opposite of -1x is +1x. Okay. Does anyone think they can write what this new problem looks like? Like if I just drop everything down, what do I end up getting?
Two plus 7x equals 1.
Oh, you are so wonderful, whoever that is. I don't even know who spoke, but thank you. It's like the voice of an angel. Okay, so I have 2. I have plus. 6 plus 1 is 7x. I have the equals, and then I have the 1. Okay, let's keep going. Here's my new problem. What number do I drop down now? 2. Good job. So I'm dropping down the number that is farthest away from the x. That's the adding and subtracting. So how do I move this 2? Add, subtract, multiply, divide.
Subtract, says Jama.
Thank you, because it's a positive 2, right? So opposite of a positive 2 is a -2 or a -2. So I'm going to -2 on both sides. Okay, someone different. Can someone tell us if I just drop everything down, what do I have left over?
The chat is quiet.
Then just try. Maybe you're not confident that it's right, but it's better to try than to not do it at all.
I know the left side would just bring down that 7x, right, Ms. Grayson-Hahn?
Yeah, it says plus 7x. So plus 7x would just be 7x.
Okay, the chat has a response. Oliver Seacrest says -1.
Yeah, right. Well, so you have the equals. 1 minus 2. Please don't say it's -3. Please don't say it's +1. It's -1. Okay. I'm almost done. I have one more thing I need to do. What's the next thing I have to do?
Divide by 7.
Yes, divide both sides by 7. So I end up having x equals -1 divided by 7. I don't even think that's not -7, by the way. Okay, that's 7 divided by -1. -1 divided by 7? Oh, yikes. That's not even a whole number. So guys, remember, I'll tell you a clue. If you like try to figure out what the answer is and you get this really random decimal, then write it as a fraction. Don't round it. Why don't you just write it as a fraction? So what you're going to do, let me show you how to change a decimal into a fraction. So I got a decimal. To change it into a fraction, you have to go alpha y equals, just like you were typing a fraction. But instead of hitting enter, you see this fourth option that says F arrow D? That means changing a fraction to a decimal or a decimal to a fraction. So arrow down to the fourth option, hit enter. So you're taking the answer, which was this, and changing it to a fraction. Hit enter again. Oh, -1/7. So it's just -1/7. So that's my answer. So hey, it's okay to have a fraction or a decimal as an answer. You're in 8th grade math now. You're in the big boy leagues, the big girl leagues. All right. All right. Let's do one more basic problem, and then we will do some word problems, because I know you guys love word problems so much. I don't want to have to deprive you of that joy. Okay. So please write this problem down. 1 minus 2x equals -x minus 3. First of all, I see x's on both sides, but I don't see like this number. So someone other than Sydney, what number can I stick in front of this x and it would still be okay? It'd be the same.
I see 1. That's what Jema says, 1.
Yes. Okay. Now let's compare. Guys, this is a trick question. This is a trick question. Which x here is smaller?
The -2x.
Yes. Guys, do you see the symbol that comes right before? You're comparing -2 and -1. You're not comparing 2. You're comparing -2. Always look at the symbol before. So you're comparing -2 and -1. So then -2 is smaller. So that's the one I dropped down. Okay. Now do opposite operations. Don't say divide, don't say divide, don't say divide, don't say divide. Do I add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Add. Good job, Sydney, because opposite of minus is a plus. Okay. So drop everything down. I have a 1. That disappeared. I have the equals. I have -1 plus 2. Guys, negatives screw everyone up. So please don't do it in your head. You have a calculator. Just type in -1 plus 2. Oh, it's 1. Okay, it's 1. So 1x, and then I have the -3. Okay, now what, guys? Drop the 3. Add, subtract, multiply, or divide the 3.
Add.
Thank you. I'm going to add on both sides. 1 plus 3 is 4 equals 1x is just x, so I know I'm good.
Ms.
Okay.
Friesenhunt,
Yes.
can I say something? And I'm not going to say divide. I'm not going to say that. But sometimes, like when I answer a question like this, solve an equation, and I get an answer 4 equals x. But then in the answer choices, the choices don't have a 4 equals x. It's like x equals 4. Is that the same thing?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that the same thing? Yeah, it's the same thing. You can reverse them. 4 equals x, x equals 4. You know what that's called, guys? You learned it in 6th grade. It's called a commutative property. Kind of, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Something like that. Okay. All right. This is a point where I want you guys to listen. You don't need to write anything down. Okay. And I know it's kind of small. I'm sorry, but my screen is only so big. So, oh gosh, it's tiny. I know. I'm sorry. Okay. But what we're going to do now is we are going to translate. Okay. So here's and here are all of these key words that we talked about last week. Okay. So we're not going to go over it again. You can just look at it. If it says 6 times a number plus 4 is the same as the number minus 11, let's translate that into a sentence. So I have 6 times. What symbol is times? The third one, to multiply, times a number. How do I write a number? Like, what should I write? Because I don't know the number. X plus, plus is just plus 4, so 4 is the same as, what symbol is the same as? Equals, good, is the same as is equals. The number, I don't know the number, so what did I write?
X.
Good job. X, and then minus, and then 11. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm literally just taking the sentence, and then I'm just translating it in the same order, word for word, number for number, and I can do that. Okay? All right. Let's try one more then, okay? So 4 times the number minus 5. Does anyone think they know how to write that? What is 4 times the number minus 5?
Uh, 4x minus 5.
Perfect. Is the same as, so equals twice the number plus 3. Ooh, twice the number. What does that look like? Twice the number plus 3.
Come on, Cheddar, so you can type it in there.
Yes, 2 times. Twice is 2 times. So twice, 2 times what? Twice the number plus 3. So 2 times x. I heard someone say x. And then what? Plus 3. Plus 3.
Yeah, that was just typed in.
Okay. Let's do this one. And I know it's really hard to see. I'm sorry. I can't zoom this in anymore. Maybe I can I? No, I can't. Okay. Can I do this? No. Okay.
Miss Recon,
Yes.
are we supposed to put hi in the chat?
Yes. Always. Every day. Thank you. Okay. Let's read this one. Okay. Because word problems always kind of get us. And so I want to make sure we're okay with word problems. So, company A.
Can I read it, Ms. Friesenhunt?
Yeah.
Okay. Company A offers a starting salary of $28,000 with a raise of $3,000 each year. Company B offers a starting salary of $36,000 with a raise of $2,000 per year. Write an equation to find the number of years it will take for both companies to have the same salary.
Okay. So we have to write an equation. It looks like I'm comparing two places. I'm comparing A and B. So let's just look at A, which I did in yellow. $28,000 and a raise. If I have a raise, what symbol do you think that is? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Not multiply. Close. Add. Good. If you're raising, you're getting more money. So you have $28,000 and you're adding, you have a raise of $3,000 per year. But I don't know how many years. So if you don't know how many years, what do you think I should write after the 3,000? X. Good job. Okay, so that was A. Now let's do B. B offers a starting salary of $36,000 with a raise. Okay, what did we say raise was?
Add.
Good job. Adding $2,000 per year. How many years? I don't know. So what should I stick on after the 2,000? X. Good job. Okay. How many years will it take for both companies to be the same? If they're the same, what symbol should I put in between? Same. Equals. You want them to be equals because you want them to be the same. Good. Okay, let's do one more and then we are done. Okay. Mr. Tucker, will you read this one too?
Yes, I'm happy to. Peppy Pets charges a flat fee of $15 plus $3 per hour to keep a dog during the day. Happy Hounds charges a flat fee of $21 plus $1 per hour. Write an equation for how many hours is the total fee charged by the companies the same.
Okay, so it looks like we're comparing two places again. We're comparing Peppy Pets, I'm gonna write PP, and we're comparing Happy Hounds, I'm gonna write HH. Let's do Peppy Pets. $15 plus $3 per hour. So that's $15 plus, because plus just means add, plus $3 per hour. How many hours? I don't know. So what should I put after the X or the 3? X. Good. Okay. Can someone do Happy Hounds for us? Happy Hounds is $21 plus $1 an hour. How do I write that? Thank you, Sydney. 21 plus $1 per hour. How many hours? I don't know. So it's X. When will they be the same? If they are the same, what's the symbol? Equals. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, right now, before you leave, let me tell you what you're going to do. You're going to go on Schoology. You're going to watch the video. I started the video with you. So the video is actually this sheet of paper. So we did some of the questions. So if you notice that I like, oh, we did this one. Oh, we did this one. Oh, we did this one. Then you can skip them and then do the other 3. You don't need to write this side down, but I really need you to listen. Okay. Actually, no, I do want you to write this one down. Okay, because you can just write it with Cami and it would be fine. Okay, or your printer. It's so important because the word problems are the hardest that you actually listen and try to understand how this one is taught. The word problems are the worst. That's why I need you to actually focus the most.